Following the footsteps of the CNN film crew for a day in Hanoi, we arrived at the workshop of Thanh Cầm of Đỗ Việt Dũng, the son of artisan Đỗ Văn Thuốc, who dedicated more than 65 years of his life to making đàn bầu or the monochord. At his house, the CNN film crew listened to the history of đàn bầu and showed the footage of the monochord making process by the artisan who keep the soul of this traditional craft in Hanoi. Visiting the workshop of Thanh Cầm, the CNN filmmakers witnessed the thoroughness of this handicraft. According to Đỗ Việt Dũng, it takes up to 1 month to finish a đàn bầu. Sharing the history about how to promote đàn bầu to the world with the CNN film crew, Đỗ Việt Dũng said that in 2000, when he decided to follow the traditional handicraft of the family, he established a website in English, www.thanhcammusic.com, about the Thanh Cầm brand. This is an effective introduction.
Sure. So we are doing a 30-minute program for CNN International called The Keepers, where we're focusing on the traditional craftsmanship and heritage of Vietnam. In a rapidly modernizing world, many young Vietnamese are working hard to preserve their art and their craft, and that's what we're focusing on both in Hanoi, Hoi An, and Sapa. And the process for us is to research ideas for the show. We speak with many people here in the country, and we find out what the current trends are, and we find out, what many people are talking about and what they're excited about, what the good stories are. Then we come here, we shoot them over the course of 9-10 days. We go back to our base in Hong Kong, we write it, we edit it, and we put it on CNN. There's, again, as the world is becoming more and more modern quickly, here in Vietnam we found that there are a number of young people that are working hard to preserve their heritage, their art, their crafts, whether it's textiles or here in this music workshop in Hanoi. This is a generation of three young men. There are three generations of guitar makers. It's the father, this man, and his son. It's 3 generations. So there are many generations of in this family who have been building these Dan Bao guitars, and nowadays you can find factories that are mass-producing guitars, even here in Vietnam. But what we find fascinating is that they're still doing it by hand, just the way that he learned from his father. And so the process for us is to capture that beauty, that craft, and we think our viewers are going to be very excited by that.
Filming Thanh Cầm workshop by CNN crew is part of a 5-year cooperative program between the Hanoi People Committee and the U.S. Cable News Network. Accordingly, CNN will continue broadcasting Hanoi and its culture, history, and people on its channel until 2024, while partnering with the city in international events and technological innovation. The channel will produce 30-second clips introducing the Formula One race and the Southeast Asian Game, SEA Games 2021, dozens of 60-second clips, a series of 20-minute special television programs, and articles on Hanoi 3 Generation and Hanoi Future City, all to be featured on digital platforms along with advertising banners. Such content will be broadcasted on television and digital platforms such as computers, apps on handheld devices, and CNN social media targeting the Asia-Pacific, Europe, the Middle East, North America, and South Asia.
Oh, I love coming to Hanoi. I've been here twice now, and the people are very warm and welcoming. The food here is amazing, and there's a deep, rich culture and heritage that is alive out on the streets, here in workshops like this one, and it's just a really fascinating place to come as a journalist.
The cooperation program has proven to be highly effective in spreading the city image across the world. A survey by the UK's largest research consultancies, BDRC Continental, in 2017 and 2018 showed that a majority of respondents found their knowledge of Hanoi improved after watching CNN ads. The survey also found that respondents who regularly watch CNN coverage would be more likely to travel to Hanoi than those who don't.